ABC, it's TC here again with part 2 of my October unboxings, and this is my haul from Record Krate. The bad thing about being a fan of Adam and Record Krate is that his online sales are killing me. I'm going to need a new rack, and I just bought this, the rate I'm buying stuff. I get all kinds of stuff, and the impulse buying is like crazy, but it's fun, and I will actually listen to them, which is... Some people don't actually listen to their music. I try to listen to everything I have, so when I have a turntable, which I still haven't fixed yet. So let's get through these as quickly as possible because there's about 40 of them. So here we go. Starting with this huge pile. You can see the pile. See how high that pile is? It's right there up to that little notch on the... Where's my finger at here? Maybe I should just do a dance up here. Anyway, first one. This is a sealed copy of the soundtrack from the 1970 film Airport. I have mentioned how much I'm a disaster movie fan, so this was a grail. I love the score, and I never thought I'd ever find this. I didn't even know I was looking for it, but when he mentioned it, I'm like, I want that. It's mine. Next up, Joy from Apollo 100. A little bit of water damage, not too much, but a good price on it, and the record's not in bad shape. This features Joy, the rock version of Jésus, Joy of Man's Desiring, is that the full name of it? Plus other classical pieces by Apollo 100. I'm not sure why I got this. The solo debut album from Barbi Benton. You remember Barbi Benton? If you're from the 70s or early 80s, you probably do. She was a regular on Hee Haw. She was a Playboy model. This is actually on Playboy Records. I don't have very much on Playboy Records, so this is one of those. And I always loved her singing. She was a great singer, so it should be interesting to hear. The first of my two upgrades, I bought a Close to You by Carpenters from Two Hip Chicks, and Adam had a good copy of the second pressing of Carpenter's A Song for You. I say second pressing. This is a it's not embossed so much, but it is a texture on the album. It, other than that, does have everything else, including the original inner sleeve, which is very cool. Got a great deal on it. So this is definitely an upgrade to the one I have, which is in really bad shape over the years. Rita Coolidge and her 1978 album Love Me Again. This features her disco hit You. I'm not sure if the rest of the album is disco or not, but I love Rita's voice, so this will be a lot of fun to check out. I've heard about this band forever, and I love the man, and man was he young back then. Desmond Child and Rouge. Of course, Desmond Child has now gone on to be one of the top songwriter-producers in Hollywood over the last 30 years, as well as having his own hit a few years ago with Love on a Rooftop. He is terrific, and the band Rouge, made up of these three ladies, I remember when the album came out, but I never had a chance to grab it before. It does appear to be a promo and a cutout, although it doesn't actually say that, but it does have a custom Desmond Child and Rouge label on the capital, but it's been cut out and there's a pop there, so I'm not quite sure if this is a promo or not. Donna Fargo, Happiest Girl in the Whole USA. This adds to my Donna Fargo collection. A big fan with her. This now gives me her first 3 albums. Of course, it features that debut single which catapulted her to superstardom. One of those impulse buys that I don't actually know I need or want until I get it. We Need a Little Christmas from the Gold Diggers. Do you guys remember the Gold Diggers? Gold Diggers were back in the 60s, they had all these vocal groups, and the Gold Diggers were an all-lady group. I think they were originally put together for the Dean Martin Comedy Hour. They continued to they had their own summer replacement series for him, and they recorded this Christmas album, which should be interesting to hear when Christmas music starts getting played in late November. I also picked up a package of Christmas music from Jackie Gleason. Jackie Gleason, of course, was arranger, band leader for most of these, although his actual involvement is debated by people. I've read where some people said he was involved with every note. Others say, yeah, he just put his name on him. This is a compilation of earlier Christmas music from his earlier albums, but I always loved that lounge, space age, bachelor pad stuff, so I picked this up. Would love to have that house in New York we used to have. Round Rock Hill. What a beautiful place that was. Always loved this band, Haircut 100. I have the single Love Plus One and Favorite Shirts, Boy Meets Girl. Can't wait to hear the whole album. I've never heard it, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Another sealed album, the soundtrack from the film Harper Valley PTA. I believe this is the only album I have on Plantation Records. I have several singles, most of them by the Kendalls. No, that's Ovation. I may have a Jeannie C. Riley somewhere. Of course, this movie based on Jeannie C. Riley's 1967 or 68 hit. Barbara Eden was a star. Funny movie. The TV show they tried to make out of it was terrible. Radio transcription, a show called The Hitchhiker's College Radio Hour. Words and music from The Lost Highway. This episode features Roseanne Cash. Can't wait to hear this. Another goodie from the disco era. Anyone remember Paul Jabara? Paul was a songwriter primarily, wrote several songs for Donna Summer, also was a performer. I have a hit single, or a single, from him called Trapped in a Stairway. This is, I believe, his second album, and it is, for some reason, on transparent red vinyl. Not something Casablanca was known for doing, but I always liked him, so that should be fun to listen to. Nicolette Larson and her second album, In the Nick of Time, which features her hit duet with Michael McDonald, Let Me Go, Love. I think we lost her way too soon. She was a terrific artist. Manhattan Transfer and Vocalese, featuring the lyrics of John Hendricks. This stuff is awesome. I have a couple of songs on the Greatest Hits album. I love Manhattan Transfer anyway, and I'm happy to add this to my collection. Another radio show, the National Lampoon Radio Hour from Premier Networks. It is a comedy album, broadcast the week of May 15th to 21st, 1989, and features a ton of great acts, including Chevy Chase, Christopher Guest, the late John Belushi, Gilda Radner, Bill Murray, so on and so forth. I'm actually thinking, because of the date it was aired, it may have actually been a tribute show for Gilda Radner, who I believe passed away just shortly before that. I'll have to check it out. Greatest Hits album, The Best of the New Seekers. Of course, their biggest hit in America was Look What They Done to My Son-in-Law and I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing, but they were huge all over Europe for many years. If You Love Me, Let Me Know, from Olivia Newton-John, Olivia's second album, featuring that title track, And I Honestly Love You. Songwriter Kenny Odell, self-titled album. Kenny was the writer of Behind Closed Doors and a number of other things. I don't know how he sounds, but I know he has a lot of respect in Nashville, so I thought I'd give this a check. And then we come to the Helen Reddy stuff I got from Record Krate. This completes my 70s collection, except for her live album from 1978, Live from London, which I have not yet got, and I'm very close to getting all of her major release single albums. This is Ear Candy from 1978. I mistakenly said Music was from 1978 in my last video. It was from 77, not 78. Or maybe 76. It was before this one. This features You're My World and was produced by Kim Fowler. This is Helen's second album, her self-titled album, from 1971 or early 72. Again, no big hits came from it. It features, I believe the single was I Think It's Gonna Rain Today. But she's always awesome. Adam also secured me an upgrade of I Am Woman, which I already have, but mine is in such terrible shape, it's almost splitting. This is in awesome shape, and I mean, the album is just in terrific shape, so that's nice. Her album Love Song for Jeffrey from 1974, featuring the hits You and Me Against the World, and what was the other one? Keep On Singing is on this, as well as her version of I Got a Name and a few other things. And finally, in the Helen Reddy department, We'll Sing in the Sunshine. This one is from 1978, features her cover of that #1 hit by Gail Garnett from the early 60s. Love her version of this song, and can't wait to hear the rest of this album. Another one of those impulse buys. David Rose and his orchestra, The Stripper. This became a popular song when it was used in the Noxzema commercials in the late 1960s. I still haven't figured out why, but you know, it's a classic. Soundtrack from the TV movie Sunshine, based on the music of John Denver. Cliff Young, the star of it, also had a hit with My Sweet Lady during the run of this film. Livingston Taylor, another great solo album from this guy. I love Livingston Taylor. I like Livingston better than I like James. I mean, I don't have anything against James, but I've always liked Livingston better. And I'm not sure. I don't think I've heard anything on this album, but I will trust it because he's a very good artist. I'm just checking. Oh no, I do know Carolina Day, which was the single off this. So I do know one song, but I'm looking forward to hearing that. 2 albums from Three Dog Night, an earlier album, One, featuring that hit, and probably 1 or 2 others. My lighting's not really great, so I can't read all the title. And their final album as a group, Coming Down Your Way, featuring their hit Till the World Ends, which is one of my favorite songs by them. This will be great. I love this guy. I'm surprised he wasn't a bigger hit here. Gino Vanelli, the best of Gino Vanelli, includes his really big hit, I Just Want to Stop, and his minor hit, Wheels of Life, plus other songs people might know, like People Gotta Move. Does not include, of course, his Arista Years or his, I've forgotten what label Black Cars came out on in the mid-'80s, where he actually had his last big hit, but love this guy. A Various Artists album featuring, put out by Bank American, back when it was called Bank AmeriCard, now called Visa, of course. All instrumental and vocal favorites from the A&M library, including Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Claudine Longet, Sandpipers, Sergio Mendez, called Music Box. That'll be great. And finally, this double album set, The Best of the Weavers. This is a repressing from the 1980s, from the look of it. All of their classic folk numbers here. I actually got this because I actually learned Zena Zena when I was in 1st grade, and I love that song. A lot of their other good stuff is on here, and their original version of Weem-Away, which most people know as The Lion Sleeps Tonight, is also on this album. So that's my haul from Record Krate this month. I will have a couple more unboxings before too long of Record Store Day stuff, and more craziness will ensue in the future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you'll tell people I'm out here. See you later, VC. Bye-bye.